Well, welcome. You've made it to episode 7 of What Happens in the Woods. This is our true crime podcast based up here in the Pacific Northwest. As usual, you know me, I'm your host, Jessica, your narrator, if you will, of this true crime tale. And as always with me, my husband, Bryce, is here.
Hello.
And we're actually looking at each other while recording this podcast.
Yes,
staring
Jessica
into his eyes.
Jessica has made it out of the closet.
I have made it out of the closet. I feel like, I don't know, it's a whole new world out here.
We are upgrading.
I'm kind of excited.
We're
Are you
the Jeffersons,
excited?
we're moving on up.
Okay.
Yes, I can see your baby greens.
Yeah. All right. Well, so this is a new setup for us. There were some technical issues again, but hopefully everything sounds good on your guys' end. Yeah, I'm happy to be out of the stuffy closet. I'm not surrounded by moving blankets hanging from curtain rods and whatever.
Maybe we'll throw some pictures up on the Instagram.
Maybe.
Of our upgrade. Jessica's before sound booth and now our treated room. How about that?
Yeah, we even have soundproofing up on the walls. It's a whole professional thing. It's crazy. Yeah.
Professional.
I mean, sort of.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're getting close. I don't know. Yeah. Even this, though, is going to be temporary as we have bigger and better plans for season 2. So we're growing, we're changing, we're learning, and we're loving, and we're coming better for you all.
Maybe even sooner.
How soon? No, this is episode 7. We've got 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And another bonus episode coming. So how soon?
What bonus?
On the 29th.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a bonus because this month has 5 Fridays.
It does?
It does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're going to have a special episode. I believe we're going to title it What the Fuck Washington.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
I must have missed that meeting.
You really did because it's been in my planner.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. So this week, or this last 2 weeks since the last episode, we hit a sort of a milestone. So episode 2 on the Green River Killer had over 100 dedicated downloads.
Right on.
That was... I hate you. I don't know if looking at you is going to be the right call here.
Yes, it is.
I might need to put up a partition.
No.
So yeah, that was kind of a big deal. That has seemed to be, I don't know, the most...
I don't know what it is about the Green River Killer that's resonating with everybody, but...
Because he's one of the well-known. So if anybody's searching, they're searching that. So I get it. It was kind of a big deal, I thought. Apparently, you don't necessarily care.
I do.
We also had our first 5-star review on Apple Podcast, and might I add, it was not from somebody who is a family member or related in any way.
That's correct.
I love you, Mom, and your support is beautiful. I love the support that we have from both of our families, but I feel like you were kind of obligated to give us some kudos, so I appreciate it, but we actually had somebody that we don't know them from anybody, give us a 5-star review, so
yay.
There's that. And if that wasn't enough, we had more interaction with listeners on our social media in the last couple of weeks. And I actually had like a lovely conversation with a Facebook listener, or like a listener on Facebook, who is from this area, but she lived out of state. And she actually found us from the Green River episode. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know the website's been neglected. Shame on me.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of struggling with what I want to do with it. So
She's having an identity crisis right now.
Well, it could go in so many different ways, and I want to make it engaging, and I just don't want to slap up shit for the purpose of having it up there, you know?
I guess.
So I'm thinking of some things. I have some ideas. I'm going to work on them. So stuff is coming.
So the website may be messed up for a little bit.
not messed up. I will make it like right, but I'm just not necessarily the website, but the blog portion of things. Let's put it that way. I'm not touching the website.
Okay.
I will just touch what I actually contribute to the website.
Okay.
Okay.
I know I'm going to get that. Honey, come here.
Maybe.
I messed something up.
You might. But
What's wrong with the website?
That's why you're the tech person, and I am not.
And I will do what I usually do. Roll my eyes and go, ugh.
Yeah. That's accurate.
Okay.
Okay. Anything you want to add? Any highs or lows?
Just thank you to everybody.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to dive into the reason we're all here then. So this week's episode is what you might call a twofer.
Uh-oh.
We have two brothers who both became murderers.
Oh. Runs in the family.
Well, that's the question. And that was kind of something that I put on the hints for social media this week. By the way, shout out to my friend Whitney, who guessed correctly on Facebook who we were discussing.
What does she win? She get a prize?
I don't have any prizes. Okay. I'm sorry, Whitney. I don't know. I'll think of something.
I tried Whitney.
I'll bribe her with some coffee or bribe her. I'll reward her with some coffee. Okay. So the crimes for these brothers there's different circumstances. The crimes are not similar aside from the fact that it's murder. The social media hints that were posted this week was, is it possible that committing murder runs in families? So this week we are looking at Dave and Randy Roth, who both committed crimes in our beautiful state of Washington. Mm-hmm. Okay. So here's a little family history on the brothers. Randolph Roth and David Roth were born to parents Gordon and Lisbeth Roth. Mm-hmm. Randy is the oldest of the five. There's two boys, so him and David, and then three girls, which for life of me could not find their names anywhere.
I probably didn't want to be associated with them.
Probably not. The family moved from North Dakota right around the time that David was born, so like the late 50s. Mm-hmm. In 1971, their parents divorced. It sounded like your typical, the dad was abusive, the mom might have been a little bit nuts kind of case. They should not have been married, and they pretty much screwed up their children in the process. But here's what's weird. So the brothers' accounts of their family life are exact opposite.
Really? So
Randy was closer to their father, and he claims that his mom was unstable. He didn't have much to do with her after the parents got divorced. He even in later years would go so far as to claim that she was dead. She was not, but he wouldn't claim her at all.
You're dead to me over.
David said their father was abusive and that their mother was loving and supportive. So they got completely different, I guess, aspects or traits or, I don't know, flip, parents were flipped.
It's their version of life. I don't know. They make their own world. Some people do that.
Well, I mean, it's unusual that their family life seemed different. But there again, perception is everything. Yeah. So, what I perceive in one way is based on my thoughts, based on my experiences, based on my life. And you could look at the same exact thing and, not see it how I see it at all, which is the way it works most of the time in our relationship. Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I just agree with whatever you say.
What
makes life easier.
All right.
Happy wife, happy life. There you go.
Sure. If only you followed that, because most of the time I'm frustrated with you. Stop buying that. We don't need that. What are you doing now? What is it you're trying to do? So what I would have liked to have done and why I was searching for the sisters is to see if they had some sort of account on their family life, because I think that would have solidified either one of the brothers. Yeah. Or at least maybe given more light to why they felt that way. Yeah, it's just kind of weird to me. So I'm going to start with David's story first. Dave. He doesn't have the notoriety that Randy does. I can't even find a picture of him anywhere.
David Roth?
David Roth.
Yeah, he sings for Van Halen.
Yeah, that's who came up. I'm not lying. I've seen so many pictures of David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, he looks familiar. Well, no shit. He's from your childhood.
Yeah.
But that's not him.
Okay.
So most of the information that I found on Dave was information that you could access on Randy, which is kind of sad. He's not looked at as his own entity, I guess you could say.
But he's a little brother?
He's the second brother. He was the next born.
Oh.
So, yeah. And his crime, while it's not good, murder's not good, it's not what Randy did. Randy went like above and beyond and was, I don't know, psychopathic or sociopathic. I'm not sure which one you would call him, but he's something. All right. So his crime and his conviction would happen before Randy's. So that's why I'm starting with him. Here's what we know. So in August of 1977, Dave is driving on the Bothell Everett. Is it Bothell? Bothell Everett Highway. He's going to Silver Lake. He sees a young, attractive hitchhiker walking along the side of the road. It's summer, 70s. He's looking for a good time. He thinks this chick's going to be, his opportunity to waste the day away, I guess. He stops his Chevy Nova, which I was like, okay, this is like one of the most well-known iconic cars from the 60s and 70s. Yeah. She gets in. He states that they never exchanged names or info. She doesn't know where he's from, and he doesn't know where she's from. Yeah. They take off to the store. They grab some beer. They head to a school parking lot, and they party. And, of course, the school parking lot is backed by woods. So they have a few beers. They smoke some cigarettes, probably smoke something else. It was the 70s. Dave decides that he wants to engage in sex. And she's like, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm cool. I don't want to have sex with you. No, thank you. She asks to go home, but he distracts her with a peacock feather as some sort of a gift. And I'm reading these accounts and I'm like, a fucking peacock feather. I was like, I'm sorry. What does this have to do with making me want to have sex with you? Yeah. Here's a peacock feather that will, I don't know. It's like I'm strutting my stuff so that you see that I'm attractive. That's what peacocks, male peacocks do with their feathers. Or it distracts her somehow. And where the fuck did you even get that? Where did you just had a peacock feather in the back of your Chevy Nova.
Who doesn't?
Maybe they came with, it was a package deal.
It was an option.
Yeah.
One feather. I could see the whole plume, but not just one.
Yeah. It's a little odd, but,
she may have been under the influence.
Well, it doesn't work. So she's like, that's cool. Okay. I'm still want to go home.
Yeah.
So at her refusal, he loses his shit, basically. And he has a bungee cord, wraps it around her neck. There again, where did that come from? You just had that, in one hand, the peacock feather, and then the other hand, the bungee cord. Just waiting for the outcome of her
They go together.
Wraps it around her neck, drags her into the woods. He chokes her to death. And then he shoots her in the head 7 times with a .22. A little excessive?
Yeah.
Yeah. He picks up the shells, he leaves the body, and he drives off. He is so fired up that he shoots up his own car. So at one point, he must have pulled over, or before he drove off, he was so upset that he shot at his own car. There again, I don't get it.
I could see maybe that was building an alibi because